Hello and welcome to the October 2025 podcast for LLR LMC. And once again, this is a pure summary of what's in our newsletter, and I do recommend that you read that, or at least keep it for reference. Another month and another era. One of the first things to mention is that with the COVID, NHS England have made sort of two real boobos. They've sent out a lot of invites to patients who are not eligible, and secondly, they created through their website the ability to sort of self-declare eligibility even when the patient isn't eligible. So particularly pharmacists found that they had many patients turned up that weren't eligible. I've done a weekend of COVID vaccinations, and again found that we had quite a few patients turned up believing that they were eligible because they had a text saying that they were, or they had been logged on to the NHS England website to declare eligibility, and then we've had to tell them that we're not. And in fact, I've actually also had contact from two MPs about two constituents where the MP basically have been sort of shocked that we're not just giving the COVID vaccination to their constituents anyway, regardless of the fact that neither of them meet the eligibility criteria. If this causes your practice any particular problems, then please do let the MC know, just so we can log it and raise it as appropriate. Next thing is that you may not remember that in the past we did a document trying to outline what services are core. So what services are funded through the GMS-PMS contract, and ones which are funded through a local contract, and then what services aren't funded at all. And we did this with a rank rating, so red for no funding, green for there is funding, and amber if there's a sort of a bit in between. Now, since we did the original document, there have been some new contracts and there have been some changes in contracts, so we have revisited it and we have updated it. I would encourage every practice to get someone to read through it, just to see whether there are services that you are providing that you're actually not contracted to do so, and therefore not funded to do so. And if you find that you are, then consider whether you wish to continue providing them for free, or you wish to stop doing them. If you do wish to stop doing them, you do need to serve notice, even though you're not contracted to provide. There is a requirement to serve notice before you stop providing it. So you can do this by telling your patients, but also by writing to the ICB and just saying what services you no longer will be doing. This document we shared with the ICB, and it was also shared with NHS England. Neither of those bodies have commented on it, but again, neither of them have come back and said that we've got anything particularly wrong on either. Next thing to talk about is software for maternity services. This has been a bit hit and miss, and we know that there's been some problems with midwives using System 1, while they're all moving to using their own system called Badgernet, which means that they'll no longer be using System 1. So one of the important things is going to be about how do they communicate with practices, and we've agreed to them about some sort of template letters, but I'm sure this will be an ongoing issue. Just for practices where you've got midwives where they actually come and provide service from your premises still, if they have been using System 1, they won't be doing that anymore, and therefore you won't actually have the list of patients on your computers. So you will need to talk to your midwife about how they will let you know which patients to expect, and then you'll need to think about how do you then ensure you know who's on the premises, whether you set up a dummy clinic on System 1 and just sort of add those patients on, or however you wish to do that. That's up to you. Just turning again to the new contract and the changes from the 1st of October. This has become a real hot potato, and as you noticed, there's been some quite public rows about this. The GPC is still adamant that the government has reneged on their agreement and has declared that the profession is now formally in dispute with the government over this. We do know that NHS England is auditing practices. So NHS England are looking at your practice websites to see whether you've got a link to you and your GP on your website that you're supposed to have, and also whether you've got your online consultation tool available throughout core hours from 8 to 6:30. So have a look at your website, make sure it's clear on there that is happening. And if you get a contact from the ICB over this, because the NHS England is getting the ICB to do the legwork, then just provide them with the evidence. If you haven't fully implemented yet, but you've got a plan as to how you are going to be implementing it, then do let them have the plan. And similarly, if you ask to give any declarations through the EDEC or separately, then just be honest. If you're not able to do it at the moment, but you're working towards it, state that. We understand, or we're advised by the GPC England that they are looking to try and catch practices out. So just be honest on that. Next thing, positive thing, is that there was the UHL award ceremony, and again they did give out an award to the to general practice for the GP who's made the most positive impact over the previous year, and I'm really pleasantly able to tell you that the winner this year was Dr. Hina Trivedi. So absolute congratulations to her, but also to the runners-up who also have done sort of fantastic things. And if you didn't read it, citations were included in the fall in September newsletter. So I found them rather inspirational to read. So please, to restore a bit of positivity back into general practice, do read that. And just to say that the LMC again is planning to have our own award ceremony, which will be with our AGM, and just to put the date in the diary, so that'll be Wednesday, 4th of March 2026 in the evening at the Marriott Hotel. We're having to change hotel because the Hilton is being renovated. So on that evening, we are going to have a celebrity doctor coming along to give a talk. I'm not going to tell you who that is at the moment. That'll be revealed close to the time. And again, we'll have rewards. Now, the MC hasn't agreed yet what the areas will be, but just to give you an idea, last year we had the Outstanding Contributions General Practice Award, the Greatest Leader Award, and the Rising Star Award, and we're likely to do something similar, if not exactly the same. So get your thinking hats on. Please nominate people. We want to recognise people who are giving a lot to general practice but have not been recognised. We're not good at that. We're not actually good at celebrating all the success and hard work that is done in general practice. So please do put your thinking caps on, and please do nominate people for that. But nominations aren't open yet. We'll let you know closer to the time when that does open. Next thing I just wanted to mention was the Stop Smoking services. So that's Quit Ready for the city and Live Well for the county. We have had issues raised with us about both services, about a bit of to and froing regarding prescriptions of drugs to aid stop smoking. Now, practices are not funded or contracted to do this, and so you are able just to decline. We've had quite a bit of discussion with Quit Ready, and they have told their their staff not to send patients back to practices, and also to be honest with the clients that general practice can't provide a service, but also when you're referring patients to the service at the moment, understanding that neither service can provide things like varenicline, Zyban. So at the moment, don't let patients go with the belief that they're going to get these drugs, because they're not. In the city, the Quick Ready team are looking at developing a PGD so they can have a contract again with local pharmacists to provide Zyban, but at the moment, doesn't look like that's going to be turned on anytime soon. So at the moment, there is no service to provide medication to assist stopping smoking. Just say both services do provide nicotine replacement for that. And then finally, I just wanted to mention about our podcast. We do continue to increase on our listed ones, and that includes that we are recording meetings now, and added since the last newsletter has included the webinar that I led on regarding the contract changes on the 1st of October, but also there was a section on GP pensions. So if you know a GP who keeps asking you questions about pensions, or you are a GP that is worried about their pension, then do listen to that webinar. There's lots of great information in there, so please do that. And that's me for this month. So thank you for listening. And the LMC is always looking for feedback, so do let us know what you like and don't like about services that we're providing, and if not, keep safe, keep to safe working, and catch up again next month. Bye.